So this is my 1969 Honda CT90, and today we're going to be removing the carburetor. The bike's been sitting for a long time, and I want to take apart the carb to see if it has any gunk built up on the inside before I get it running. But before we take apart the carb, we need to take off the carb. So that's what we're going to be doing today. The carburetor is over here on the left side of the bike, right there. And to get to it, we're going to need to remove this plastic shield here. So you're going to get a 10mm socket, and you're going to loosen this bolt here and that bolt there. These two bolts should look the same, so put these in a safe place. Now we're going to move around to the right side of the bike and remove this bolt right here. Put that in a safe place. Now the whole plastic cover should just come off. This hole here may get stuck on the ignition, which is on the left side of the bike, so just take it off carefully. Now with the cover removed, we have full access to the carburetor, which is right here, so we can start removing it. The first thing you're going to need is a Phillips head screwdriver to undo this screw to the right of the carburetor. Enough to where you can slide it like that. Next, you want to remove these two bolts on, what is this, the intake manifold that connect to the carb. It looks like a 10mm socket fits just fine. And this bolt screws into a little square shaped nut on this side. So we'll leave that guy in there and hope he doesn't fall out. There's a similar nut on the other side as well, but it's not coming out either, so I assume it's just safe to leave those in there. So we got our two bolts removed, put those in a safe place. I was just able to open it with my hand. If you can't, you may need to use a wrench or something like that. Next, of course, we need to remove these fuel lines. I have hose clamps on mine. You may not have hose clamps on yours. Just pull them off after you loosen the hose clamp. If it comes apart and is all crusty, you're gonna need to replace your fuel lines, sorry. I have a video on how to do that on this bike specifically, so check that out. Hose clamps, and I just slid them up the fuel lines because we'll reattach them. At this point, you may want to label one of your fuel lines so you don't get them mixed up when you put the carb back on. We'll tape on the top one. I put that on when I replaced the fuel lines. But if you don't have any sort of marker, you may want to put tape or just any sort of marker on one of your fuel lines so you don't get them mixed up. Now I'm just pulling off the fuel lines so I can remove the carb. Okay, this end pulled out of the inline fuel filter I put in. I thought the hose ripped in half. I just need to put this back on the fuel filter. There's also an extra line down here near the bottom. I don't know what for. could be for draining out extra gasoline, but you're going to want to remove that one as well. But after that, this part simply slides out of this grommet here. Then we remove this line, and then we'll have our carb off. There we go. Now you've removed your carb. At this point, you can open it up, clean it, check the inside, see whatever you have to do. I'll probably post a video soon where I clean this thing, because I'm sure it's dirty on the inside. It's been sitting for a while, although it looks clean. I haven't opened the bowl yet, but it looks good enough. It's gonna need a clean anyway, so that's how you remove a carb. If you like the video, consider subscribing for more content. And if you have an idea for any future videos, make sure to leave it in the comments below. Thank you for watching.